Ladies and gentlemen, already 21 of China Open Shenzhou is about to begin. We'll have final for main singles. 已经采样抢手名机，让我们准备好掌声和欢呼声，来迎接两位世界超一流选手到来。Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the world top athletes and shout out their names. Are you ready? 让我们看着大屏幕，一起叫出他们的名字。来自中国的张继科。来自中国的马龙来自中国的国际级裁判谢宇 International Umpire from China。担任副裁判的是 Assistant Umpire， 来自中国香港的国际级裁判郭玉强 International Umpire from Hong Kong, China。
And so the players have been introduced to the crowd. It's the final of the men's singles. It's a contest between the current world champion ZHANG JIKE, currently ranked at number 4 in the world, has been as high as number 3, 23 years of age, and his opponent Ma Long, 22 years of age, currently ranked 5 in the world, and there he is. Has been as high as number 1. Made the semi-final of the World Championships in 2011, and indeed the semi-final of the World Championships in 2009. Winner of the Asian Games in 2010. The Asian Games, of course, the multi-sport event consisting of over 40 sports. China had a clean sweep of medals in the Asian Games, as indeed, of course, they did at the last Olympic Games, something they'll be looking to repeat in July, August of next year in London. ZHANG JIKE there, runner-up in the World Cup in 2010, runner-up in the Asian Championships in 2009, current holder of this title. He won 12 months ago. He's won 2 Pro Tour events here, and earlier this year in Germany when he beat the world ranked number 2 player Timo Boll in front of his home crowd. Ma Long playing in red, ZHANG JIKE playing in black. Ma Long was the world junior champion back in 2004, and it's worth pointing out that ZHANG JIKE was the world cadet champion back in 2002. So both these players have enjoyed a lot of success at a young age and have made their way through to the very top of the game at senior level. Ma Long has 11 Pro Tour titles to his name. The gentleman on screen only 2, but of course he is the world champion. Ma Long there won his first Pro tournament back in 2007 in Kuwait, and won his last Pro Tour event in Germany in 2010. He had an injury some 12 to 16 months ago, kept him out of a few Pro Tour events, so who knows how many he could have won. He won this event in 2009, the China Harmony, And of course, ZHANG JIKE won it in 2010. It's interesting that these two have met on 5 occasions, and it's Ma Long who has the significant advantage. He's 4-1 up. So the world champion is up against the form book here. So far it's 1 out of 5. He'll be looking to make it 2 out of 6. And of course the gentleman in red will be looking to improve on his already impressive record head-to-head. So the 2-minute practice is now complete. The music is dying down. Both players have got their video cameras on the table. Again, another example of the professionalism of this Chinese squad. They're totally dominating the world in both men and women, but they take nothing for granted, leave no stone unturned in terms of support services, the docs, the physios, most importantly of all, the coaches. And there he is, Ma Long, straight into action with that powerful forehand topspin. As always, it's the best of 7 games, each game to 11 points. And so the first player to win 4 games will be the 2011 China Open champion. Ma Long takes the first 2 points against the serve and now has his 2 serves to come. That's a great flick by Zhang. Came in, took the ball at the top of the bounce, hit straight through the back of the ball. Good use of the wrist. 1-2. Or, as the umpire would say, 2-1. Always saying the score of the server first. But of course, now it doesn't matter which way around you say it, because it's 2 points each. Backhand to backhand rally. ZHANG JIKE comes out on top. Zhang just stepping a fraction away from the table just to give himself a little bit more time at the moment. Ma Long staying close to the table. Forehand topspin down the line from Ma Long. It was a thick edge. Scores level at 3 points each. Arguably the big tournament of next year, the Olympic Games in London. 3 Chinese men will be selected. 2 have been pre-selected as a result of their ITTF rankings at the time when the cut-off date occurred. 2 players pre-selected, Wang Hao and ZHANG JIKE. So Ma Long has a wonderful opportunity to score some points in the eyes of the selectors, who'll all be sat in the crowd here watching this final. Of course, there are a lot of other highly ranked Chinese players waiting in the sidelines. They'll have their opportunities in tournaments to come. But in terms of profile of event, they don't come much bigger than the Harmony 2011 China Open. Halfway stage of the first game, 5 points each. Oh, great shot. The serve was long. Ma Long gambled. He stepped round the backhand, looking to get him with his forehand from the backhand side. ZHANG JIKE just played a straightforward backhand topspin down the line. Ma Long had already committed himself wide on the backhand side. 6 points each. ZHANG JIKE with his 2 serves. One of the most powerful forehands in the game. In fact, these two, arguably with 2 of the most powerful forehand topspins in the game. Not many players hit the ball as hard as these 2, if any. 6-7. ZHANG JIKE with his second serve. Oh, great rally. Ma Long there demonstrating how powerful he is on both wings. Seven points each. Backhand to backhand on the diagonal. 2 right-handed shake-hand grip players. And it was Ma Long who came out on top. 8-7 in the lead. Second serve coming up for him. That was all set up by a fantastic serve. Or I should say return of serve by ZHANG JIKE there. So the score's now level, 8 points each. ZHANG has his 2 serves to come. The return from Ma Long short to the forehand of ZHANG JIKE. And again, we saw the new technique of coming round to play with the backhand from the forehand side. ZHANG JIKE does it so well, but on that occasion, didn't quite work for him. 8-9. What a good counter topspin. The topspin from ZHANG JIKE was good. It was strong. It was down the line. But Ma Long, as we see there, steps across, plays that topspin off balance. He's moving backwards as he hits the ball. But he still has the power to play a strong topspin. And that gives him 2 game points. And indeed, he has the service. Strong position for Ma Long in this first game. And the excessive backspin on the serve. ZHANG pushes the ball into the net. Ma Long takes the first game, 11-8. Confirmation of the situation in the first game, an 11-8 victory for Ma Long. And the crowd have been encouraged to join in the sing-song in between games. And they're certainly getting into the spirit now. The words coming up on the big scoreboard. But unfortunately, this wonderful singing is going to be cut short as the players are out at the table ready to start the second game. The words coming up in Chinese, otherwise I'd join in myself. that ball very early on the backhand, Marlon. High risk to only just missed. But that's the first 2 points in the second game for the world champion against the service. Zhang now has his 2 serves to come. Just overhitting the flick. Didn't quite get over the ball sufficiently. You certainly feel here the body language of Ma Long is quite confident. Clearly not overconfident, but he's certainly not intimidated by the fact he's playing the world champion. He has a strategy. He's sticking to it. He's taken the first game 11-8. Spinny forehand topspin down the line. Took the pace off the ball a little bit by brushing up the back of the ball. And Zhang Jike responds well after losing the first game. Out of the blocks very quickly in this second game. He now leads 5-1. Powerful backhand topspin from Zhang. 6-2 in the lead. Error from Ma Long there. The ball bounced quite high. Zhang Jike just shadow playing a backhand hit. He lifted the ball, of course. Clearly felt he should have hit through it. Nevertheless, he's still got a 4-point lead. 7-3. A little bit of an incident in the crowd. Certainly heard a bang whether a child's fallen. Everyone looking up into the seating area. Meanwhile, play continues. 5-7. And Ma Long clawing his way back into this second game. It's been a long session. We're still in the early stages of this men's singles final. Yet we've been here for over 4 hours now. The women's doubles final started at 7 o'clock local time. It's now 11:15, some 4 hours, 15 minutes on. And we've still got at least another half hour of world-class table tennis to enjoy. And then, of course, we have the presentation. So we're looking way after midnight. And perhaps some of the youngsters getting a little bit restless. 7 points each. Good backhand from Ma Long, 8 points each. Zhang just wiping a little bit of sweat off the table. 8 points each. It's a good forehand topspin from Zhang into the body of Ma Long. Zhang Jike just overhitting the backhand topspin. It's now 9 points each. Zhang has the advantage of his two serves at the business end of this second game. Flick from Ma Long just caught the top of the net flicking the ball off the end of the table. Game point for Zhang Jike. And there it is, Zhang Jike takes the second game 11-9. He punches the air with delight. And this men's singles final now evenly poised at 1 game each. Players taking on board fluid. It's certainly very warm in the hall. Temperature throughout the day consistently in the high 20s. Add to that the fact that we've had quite a bit of rain over the last 2 or 3 days. The humidity's high. Of course, in holes like this, it's always a little bit dangerous to turn the air conditioning on too high. The ball then is affected by the air conditioning, and consequently the temperature and humidity fairly high at this point in time. Marlong pinning Zhang Jike down on the backhand side, forced the error. First point to Ma. Zhang Jike read the spin well. Very delicately touched the ball tight over the net. Made it very difficult for Marlong to play the flick. He still took the flick on, did Marlong, but it was a high-risk shot that went off the end of the table. Slightly fortunate for Zhang, the ball dropping down on the edge of the table. Zhang Jike, interesting tactics, threw the ball up in the air, invited Marlong to take the counter topspin, hoped the variation in speed and spin would create an error, but it wasn't to be. Good topspin by Marlong. Second serve coming up for Zhang. He leads 3-2. This is a good topspin there by Zhang. The ball was very low. Didn't go for a fast topspin, just spun the ball up, kept it very low over the net at the same time. Almost sounds a contradiction in terms, but he had to lift the ball, but he lifted it the minimum amount to keep it tight over the net. Marlong now with his two serves, 2-4. Marlong looking to flick the ball out wide to Zhang's forehand. Only just missed. It would have been a winner. The tactics were good, but unfortunately for Marlong, the execution of the shot wasn't. 5-4. Zhang Jike in the lead, just having a few problems with his knee. Wears a slight support strap just below the kneecap. Marlong with his nose in front, 6-5. came across to return that short serve to his forehand with the backhand. It paid dividends. Side spin and top spin as the wrist goes around the ball. 6 points each. ZHANG JIKE now with his 2 serves. Seven points each. Marlong now with his 2 serves. Honours shared on the ZHANG JIKE serve, 1 point each. The backhand was up in the air, not a lot of spin on the ball. Slightly fortunate, ZHANG JIKE. He didn't actually mean to play the ball with the contact that he got, hence the reason for the apology. So again, a little bit of good fortune favouring ZHANG JIKE. It's a good flick. Top of the bounce, straight through the ball, came through very flat. Not a lot of topspin on the ball. Marlong knew he had to lift. Three game points for ZHANG JIKE. Top edge of his bat, off the end of the table. Marlong now has his 2 serves to come. A further 6 points have progressed. And so both players taking the opportunity to use their towel. What a good forehand topspin, straight down the line. 2 game points saved. 1 remains. Marlong has the advantage of his serve. I'm sure he'll be looking to get in behind the serve with a strong topspin. And that's 3 consecutive points for Marlong. He now levels it at 10 points each. Alternate serving, first player to win 2 clear points. ZHANG has the first serve. literally launched himself into that forehand topspin. Not sure what he was doing there. A little bit of a wayward shot from ZHANG JIKE. 4 consecutive points for Ma Long, and he now has a game point. 11-10 in favour of the 22-year-old, former number 1 in the world, now at number 5. And he takes it, 5 consecutive points. What a great comeback. Ma Long takes the third game, 12-10. He now leads by 2 games to 1. Confirmation of the situation in this men's singles final. Ma Long leads by 2 games to 1. Ma Long's coach in the background. Of course, no coaching taking place in this final. All China affair. A strategic decision by the Chinese hierarchy that no coaching will take place in international competition when a Chinese player plays another Chinese player. So both players now back at the table for the 4th game. Ma Long leads by 2 games to 1. Top edge of Zhang's bat flew off the end of the table. First 2 points with the service for Ma Long. He now leads by 2 points to 0. Zhang with his 2 serves. Ma Long pinning Zhang down the middle of the table. Zhang was looking for the angle out wide to Ma Long's backhand, but of course the angles are somewhat restricted if you pin down the middle of the table. Would have been an incredible shot. A vicious chop block with a little bit of side spin to boot. But it just went off the edge of the table. Ma Long now leads 3-1, his 2 serves to come. Spin to top spin. 2 of the best in the world at it at the moment. And on that occasion it was ZHANG JIKE who came out on top, but still Ma Long with a 3-2 lead. Ma Long overhitting the backhand topspin, but still leads 4-3. That's a great return of serve there from Ma. Long, fast push deep into the backhand of Zhang. Took him completely by surprise. Won the point outright. And so Ma Long now 5-3 in the lead. Oh, what a flick. Arguably a smash. The ball was fairly tight over the net. It was a little bit high, as we see there on the push. Again, good example how he comes in initially with the open racket. You're not sure if he's going to push the ball. Then all of a sudden changes the angle. And what looks like it's going to be a push suddenly becomes, on that occasion, a great flick. Looking for the counter topspin. It would have been a winner. He launched himself into that shot. But a little bit more topspin on the ball than he thought from Zhang. Good tight push from Zhang to the middle of the table. Ma Long's always keen to open up with a very strong shot, so if you can keep it tight, it does increase the chances of an error. And Ma Long just calling a timeout. Just feels the momentum has changed slightly. That Zhang Jike has just won a few points. So an opportunity to break that momentum by calling a timeout. And then when the players are back at the table, Ma Long will be looking to get a few points early doors on the scoreboard. At the moment, he leads by 2-1 and by 6 points to 5. So still a long way to go in this men's singles final. It's interesting that the organisers allow 45 minutes for each final, 4 finals today. An estimated time of 3 hours. We've already been going for 4 hours and 40 minutes. And I'm sure we're going to have at least another 20 minutes of wonderful entertainment. So what should have been 3 hours is going to take somewhere in the region of 5 hours plus. But it's been a pleasure to be here in Suzhou to see the best players in the world playing table tennis at the highest level. Second serve coming up for Zhang, 5-6. And a good short push from Ma Long. He'll be happy with the effects of the timeout. Certainly broke the rhythm of Zhang. Ma takes the first point and now has his 2 serves to come, leading 7-5. The long fast serve inviting the backhand topspin. The surprise element means that Zhang can't quite get in with a stronger backhand as he likes. Ma Long's takes on the topspin with that very aggressive counter forehand topspin. Paid dividends. He leads 8-5. Good short play from Ma Long. Hallmarks of a great player there who can explode into aggressive forehand topspins and backhand topspins. And then in the next rally, or indeed sometimes in the same rally, play very delicate touch shots. The 2 extremes of table tennis. Aggressive power, fine touch skills. 5 game points for Ma Long. He called the timeout at 6-5. He's won 4 points on the run. He now has 5 game points. The ball was a little bit too low then for him to make the fast topspin, but he still has 4 game points. It's a good forehand topspin down the line from Zhang. That's a great backhand. Spraying the ball around the table. That's 3 consecutive points now for ZHANG JIKE. He was 10-5 down. He's saved 3 game points. He needs to save 2 more. He has the advantage of his serves at the end of this 4th game. He can't afford a mistake. Has to win them both. Ma Long just looking for one of the next 2 points to secure this 4th game. Four consecutive points for the world champion. What a comeback this would be. He's 1 point away from leveling the scores at 10 points each. He's done it. 5 consecutive points. And it's now alternate serving. The first player to win 2 clear points. He was 10-8 up in the 3rd game, the world champion. He conceded 4 consecutive points to go down 12-10. He's 10-5 down in the 4th game. Takes 5 consecutive points. And the scores are level. A real seesaw of a men's singles final. Ma Long can't believe it. 6 consecutive points. Thought he'd done enough, I'm sure, at 10-5. Now he faces a game point, having had 5 himself. 7 consecutive points for the world champion. He wins the 4th game. 12 points to 10. And this men's singles final, twisting and turning every few points. But it's now absolutely even. 2 games apiece. And what a final we have here. Ma Long changing his shirt. Players are entitled to do that, providing they wear the same shirt. I won't be surprised if they have 3 or 4 similar shirts in their bag, because it's certainly very warm out there. Players now back at the table for the start of the 5th game. ZHANG JIKE should have won the 3rd. 2 game points, he didn't. Ma Long should have certainly won the 4th game. He had 5 game points, he didn't. And so the players evenly poised. 2 games each. And we're now ready to start the 5th game. 8 consecutive points for ZHANG Jike. Then he makes a fairly straightforward error on the forehand topspin. I'm sure to the relief of Ma Long. 1 point each. Ma Long now with his 2 serves. Ma Long leads 3-1. These two will have grown up together on the table tennis scene. Zhang, 23 years of age. Ma, 22 years of age. Both were outstanding junior players, cadet players. ZHANG Jike was world champion at cadet level in 2002. Ma Long was world champion at junior level. Ma Long leads 4-3. Strong backhand on the diagonal, deep into the backhand of Zhang. Ma Long leads 5-3. It's now ZHANG Jike's turn to serve. That's a great flick. Perfect execution, top of the bounce, straight through the back of the ball. You can see how he comes in, racket open, changes the angle. And on that occasion, what an excellent flick out wide to Zhang's forehand. 3-6. Oh, superb counter. Topspin off the bounce. Anticipated well. Steps round. Plays the forehand topspin from the backhand side of the table. Classic footwork. Great combination. Backhand on the diagonal, forehand down the line, both from the backhand side of the table. Ma now with his 2 serves leads 6-4. Ma doing well there, keeping the ball very tight over the net. ZHANG Jike determined to get in. Ended up cracking his thumb on the edge of the table. Looks as though he's okay, but he certainly caught his thumb. He's also caught the surface of his racket. Of course, if the rubber's ripped, then of course he'll have to change his racket. The umpire's asking him to play on. And indeed now the umpire's asking to have a look at the racket, making sure he's happy. He's quite happy for Zhang to carry on. Just hope there's no damage to the thumb. Probably just a nasty knock on the corner, the edge of the table, which can be quite painful. Probably hurt more tomorrow morning than it does now. Marlong leads 7-4. The net cord very kind to Marlong there. The ball dropping onto ZHANG Jike's side of the table. Always difficult to judge what the net cord has done to the spin. Has it added to it? Has it detracted from it? Again, Marlong in a very strong position, but let's not forget he was 10-5 up in the fourth game. Lost it 12-10. But he's certainly looking strong in this fifth game. 8-4 in the lead. ZHANG with his two serves. The reverse action service. The bat going away from the body. Going across and underneath the ball. Side spin and back spin. Marlong now leading 9-5. His two serves to come. ZHANG just spinning up a little bit more spin than speed. Variation wins the point. 9-6, second serve for Mark. ZHANG Jike ended up playing backhand topspins from the forehand side of the table. He was out so wide to his forehand there. There we see him having to play backhands from the forehand side away from the table. 4 game points for Marlong. 6-10. First one saved. Forehand topspin from Marlong, and he takes the fifth game. 11 points to 7. He now leads by 3 games to 2. And quite simply, Marlong now needs to win one of the remaining 2 games. And ZHANG Jike, the world champion, needs to win both of the games. Confirmation of the situation there on the screen. Marlong leads by 3 games to 2. Local time here, almost midnight. This final session now, as opposed to the predicted 3 hours, going way over 5 hours. But the crowd, all still seated, all still enjoying some superb table tennis. And indeed, entertainment in between the games and matches. All adding to the spectator experience here in Suzhou. So the players now back at the table for the 6th game, and it's Marlong to serve. 2 points each. Sixth game. Marlong leads by 3 games to 2. Marlong serving. The 22-year-old takes the lead. Strong topspin from Marlong, 2-point lead. ZHANG JIKE now serving 2-4. Almost got back into the rally. Marlong gave himself a chance, just didn't quite take it. 3-4, second serve for ZHANG coming up. That's a great forehand topspin from Marlong. Stays up at the table. Played with great power out wide to ZHANG JIKE's forehand. 5-3. Mar now with his 2 serves. Good disguise. Good use of the body to disguise the direction of the serve. Of the flick, I should say. Marlong now leads 6-3. And timeout called by ZHANG JIKE. He senses this 6th game drifting away. Marlong can certainly sense victory now. Leads 3-2. And by 6 points to 3 in the 6th game. If he can just hold his nerve now, which I'm sure he will. He's in with a good chance. Both players back at the table. Second serve for Marlong. Thick net cord. The ball deviated significantly. ZHANG JIKE had no chance to adjust on that occasion. Slightly fortunate. But now Marlong edging his way towards victory, leads 7-3. ZHANG JIKE now with his 2 serves. Needs both points, really. But a clever return of serve from Mar. Pushed it long and fast into the body of ZHANG. Didn't quite get into position. Topspun into the net. Marlong now 5-point lead. 8-3. Further 6 points of progress, both players using the towel. Some of the young Chinese players there in the crowd, watching with great interest. Zhu Xin was there, Yanan was there. They'll still be hopeful for that 3rd spot, but Marlong has done his selection for London. No harm whatsoever. He's now 2 points away from securing the men's singles title here at the Harmony 2011 China Open in Suzhou. He's 9-4 up. He let the fourth game slip from a 10-5 lead. Can't see him doing it again. Zhang Jike with his two serves to come. Ma Long's coach looking on there from the sidelines. A forehand to forehand topspin rally. Both players playing very ferocious forehand topspins, but Ma Long now with 5 championship points. Surely he's not going to throw this 6th game away like he did the 4th when he led 10-5. Zhang Jike with his second serve. It's all over. Ma Long wins the men's singles title here in Suzhou, beating the world champion by 4 games to 2. It's the only final that didn't go the full distance. Ma Long, a worthy winner. He's number 5 in the world at the moment. He's just beaten the number 4 ranked player in the world, but perhaps more significant, he's just beaten the world champion. A great final, a great performance by Ma Long. There he is. He's delighted. And Ma Long wins the Harmony 2011 China Open, having won it 2 years ago. Just signing a few autographs, but a superb performance by the former number 1 ranked player in the world, Ma Long. Gutsy performance by the world champion, Zhang Jike. But there's no doubt about the winner, Ma Long of China.
好的，接下来这个环节，我相信大家以前一定没有见过，有几位来自咱们苏州的乒乓球迷，现在要上台挑战我们的男单冠军马龙。现在我来简单的介绍一下规则。专业运动员虽然和我们球迷不一样，水平要高得多得多得多，所以呢，第一条规则就是运动员不能还手，也就是不能主动进攻，只能采用防御的姿态。第二，防守反击必须